been logical so far behind the winners.
That's right. Andy Miller's got a decision to make when this gate opens. We'll see what he does. They're headed towards the gate. Let's go back up to Joe.
Starter calls the Trotters. Last chance to get in on the Crawford Farms trot. Field is on gate. Again, the track record of 159 in serious jeopardy. Stakes record 157-2. Field at the top of the stretch, and here they come. And they're off. Actually, a host of levers in here. Really blue chip in the middle of the racetrack goes after Hypnotic AM for the early lead. And on the outside, that's really blue chip to the front. Hypnotic AM back to second as Sears is going to wrangle her up. Back to third, 7 times a lady. Trotting in fourth is Hushaby. Dropping in fifth, Love a Good Story. Your trailers at the back of the pack are Sorpressi and I'll Do It Myself. At the opening quarter in 29 seconds, and Hypnotic AM with the lead. Now trotting away to a 2-length lead on Really Blue Chip. Gap of 3 back to 7 times a lady in third. Hushaby is fourth. Love a Good Story along the inside, fifth. Then we have Without a Warning in sixth. Sorpressi is seventh, and your trailer, I'll Do It Myself, as they trot in front of us for the first time. Your leader is Hypnotic AM showing the way. Good journey for Really Blue Chip the half. Just 59. As they trot around the clubhouse turn, payoff half. And Hypnotic AM, possibly the best filly trotter in the country, shows the way. And pulling out of the 5-hole now, and something gone awry at the back of the pack with Love a Good Story. Love a Good Story not traveling well. Now moving into second. Here comes Okie Sponstead and 7 times a lady. They're at 3/4 in 128. As they trot around the final turn. Track record, it's going to be a new one. Hypnotic AM by 2.5. 7 times a lady moved into second Without a Warning at the top of the stretch. Hushaby now fourth. It's Hypnotic AM. She's undefeated. Take a look at this good-looking 2-year-old New York bred Hypnotic AM. They breed him the best in New York, and Hypnotic AM wins it. 7 times a lady, and Without a Warning, 157-1. This is a new stakes and track record.
That was impressive.
A stakes and track record that looked like a training mile.
It really did. And I watch here on the replay as you see Brian Sears in the bike coming to the wire, and well, first he looks to his right. Okay, there's no one there, and then he's going to look to the inside.
Yes.
There's no one coming up the inside. Where is everyone?
You know, to drive a horse like this is such a pleasure. I don't think we'll ever experience it. But Brian Sears, wow, he didn't have to do any work here. As soon as, completely under wraps, basically for the entire 3/4 of a mile from the time that she made the retake. Shocking that the 5 Really Blue Chip was the one to get to the top first. Never would have expected that. She probably would have been 99-1 even to get to the 8th on top, and she was there. But then Hypnotic AM able to retake without any effort and no challenges. Love a Good Story came first over, but she was never close. And Hypnotic AM cruises across the wire in track record time.
And as we said, 7 times a lady was one of the 2 logical ones to use right behind. Made a nice move. Dropped in at the 3/4, looked like threatening, and well, then Brian Sears said, well, we're going to have to trot just a little bit more here.
Absolutely. You got to feel for Okie Sponstead having this tremendous 2-year-old filly finish a tremendous second and yet not getting into the press because Hypnotic AM is so good.
And beaten how many? I mean, that was a good 3-length win right there.
Yeah, this is an amazing filly, and we'll see Heather speaking to her connections here in a minute. Hypnotic AM, a great example of a trotter.
Back to the Purple Haze winners. Circle the 2 Hypnotic AM, a 2-year-old bay filly by Chapter 7 out of the Muscle Hill mare Daydream AMS. Owned by Courant Incorporated of Delray Beach, Florida. Trained by Marcus Melander and driven to the victory by Brian Sears. 7 for 7 lifetime stakes and track record. Number 2, Hypnotic AM, wins the Crawford Farms Trot. In the winner's circle on behalf of Crawford Farms, the executive director of the Harness Breeders of New York State, we welcome Betty Holt. Two three exacta 380, 234 try 1780, dollar super 38.50. 5 of 5 in the pick 5 paid $19.30. Rundown Hushaby 4, Hypnotic AM 1, 7 times the lady 2, without a warning 3. Really Blue Chip 8, Sorpresi 6, I'll do it myself 7, and Love a Good Story 5. Rechecking 4123 8675. Time of the mile 157 and 1. Stakes and track record. Hypnotic AM. Downstairs to the winner's circle reaction with Heather Wilder and the White Knight, Brian Sears.
Congratulations, Brian. That looked perfect. Was she as good as she looked?
Yeah, she's a very talented filly, obviously, and just gets over half-mile track so easy, and can't say enough about her.
She crushed the track record. Now we have a new one set with her, and well-behaved. She's going back to the paddock. 2-year-old filly. You wouldn't think that she'd be that nice.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Marcus has done a beautiful job with her, and she's very well-behaved, and just goes out there and knows exactly what we're trying to accomplish.
Well, she does. Let's make a little comparison here. Jim Panzee was in the same place last year, undefeated. You come into the final. Tell us what you think about the 7-hole and your chances tonight.
He gets around the half-mile track just like she does. They're very similar. Just one's a filly, one's a colt, but they both slip around there pretty good. And he's done everything we've asked.
Well, I think the fans are in for a great night of racing. Thank you, Brian, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Joe.
Thank you, Heather, and just a beast. The 2-year-old filly, Hypnotic AM. Now 7 for 7 lifetime, new stakes and track record. Brian Sears and Marcus Melander, the connections, and we congratulate Courant Incorporated of Delray Beach, Florida. We're going to send it back downstairs to Kevin and Pete.
That was called being everything you were advertised to be.
Absolutely. Marcus Melander is not going to be as confident as he sounded unless he's got the goods. He had the goods. So did all the horses who finished second, third, and fourth, but unfortunately, you can have the goods and not be able to win a race like this when you're facing something like Hypnotic AM. A beautiful example of a filly trotter. Hopefully, we'll get to see some more examples of great horses, and we've been seeing them all night long.
Yeah,
and this is just.
It's got to be exciting to think what the future may be.
Exactly. You're going to enjoy your entire winter knowing that you've got this horse on the sidelines ready to come.